Hi everyone. A very common complaint that many learners have. I cannot frame sentences in English. While having conversations with people, my mind goes blank. I do not know how to frame sentences, how to speak. Framing sentences quickly while speaking English comes down to three things: practice, structure, and confidence. Here are some practical tips to help you speak fluently and form sentences quickly while speaking. Also, towards the end of the video, I'll give you a wonderful and very efficient exercise or activity by practicing which your problem of can't frame sentences while speaking will disappear. So make sure to watch till the end. Now let's get started. First thing that you must do is number one, master basic sentence structures. I'm not telling you to read grammar, just master basic sentence structures. It's very important for you to learn and remember simple frameworks. Learn simple frameworks like these: subject, verb, object. The subject, verb, object framework is a basic sentence structure used in English and many other languages. It helps you understand how sentences are formed. Here is a simple breakdown. Subject means who or what is doing the action. Verb, the action. Whatever action you're doing, that is the verb. Object, who or what is receiving the action. Let me give you an example and you will understand it. She eats apples. She, the person, that is the subject who is doing the action. Verb is eats. Eats is the action. Object, yes, it is apples. What she is eating. Okay. So the structure is she, subject, eats, verb, apples, object. This pattern helps form clear and correct sentences. If you want a few more examples, here they are. We watched a movie. I love chocolate. He plays football. Most English sentences follow this pattern. There are certain other variations you need to practice, like just subject verb. Example, she runs, he walks, they play. Or subject verb adjective, like he is tall, she is happy, it is impossible. Remembering and becoming perfect in these frameworks reduces hesitation. If you wish to practice these sentences and you want someone to correct your mistakes as in how you make them, and give you feedback, I have Sparky for you. It's an AI specially designed to have conversations with you. Check out this demo to understand the app better. Download Sparky and then you can either have a practice conversation about your pronunciation and grammar, or you can choose any theme that you want to have a conversation with Sparky. So today we'll just go with the general conversation that is discussing our hobbies and interests. Let's discuss hobbies.
Hey Sonu, I'd love to chat about hobbies. They can be so fulfilling. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
During my free time, I like reading and I go cycling.
Did you mean to say this? During my free time, I like reading and going cycling. When you connect to ideas with and, it's usually better to keep it in one sentence. Reading and cycling sound like great hobbies. What kind of books do you enjoy reading?
Like this, Sparky corrects your mistakes. Also, you can go back after every dialogue that you have told. You can check your own feedback. I enjoy to read storybooks.
Did you mean to say this? I enjoy reading storybooks. We use reading instead of to read after enjoy. Storybooks are wonderful. What's your favorite storybook and what do you like about it?
Again, let's check our feedback. Like this, it is telling you what mistakes you have made and what is the correct way of saying it. Like this, talk to Sparky every day at least for 10-15 minutes and correct your grammatical mistakes and get your feedbacks from Sparky. The second thing that can help you improve your sentence structures is by using filler phrases to buy time. We all use filler words like hmm. While repetitive use of this will sound annoying, using them now and then buys you time. Instead of using filler words, use filler phrases like well, or let me think, but don't overdo them. When you don't know what to say, just use these phrases rather than going blank or panicking. These give you a moment to organize your thoughts without pausing awkwardly. For example, well, I believe the solution is. Not only this, using filler phrases makes your English seem more natural and fluent. It makes you come across as more confident. So try this the next time. The third thing that will help you is build a mental word bank. Means creating and storing a collection of useful words and phrases in your mind that you can quickly use when speaking, writing, or understanding. Think of it like a personal dictionary in your brain. The more words you store, the easier it becomes to express yourself clearly and also to understand others. Now, why is it important to have a bank? It helps you speak and write more fluently. It boosts reading and listening comprehension, means your understanding. It gives you confidence while communicating with people as well. Not only English, it's going to improve your communication skills. Now, let me tell you how you can build a mental word bank. Learn new words or phrases in context. That is as simple as that. Instead of just memorizing benevolent equals kind, benevolent equals kind, learn it in a sentence. She is a benevolent leader who helps everyone. Learn common phrases and vocabulary for everyday situations. Example, greetings, that is when you meet a person, how you're going to start talking to them, expressing your opinions or requesting for something. For instance, memorize phrases like, in my opinion, could you please, or I'm not sure, but to start sentences smoothly. I've made a separate video about phrases, what phrases you can use according to particular situations. Just go through the video and practice these phrases thoroughly. They will definitely help you in creating better sentences instantly. Number four is practice thinking in English. Instead of translating from your native language, try thinking directly in English. Once your thoughts are generated in English, you will be able to speak on the spot. Instead of looking here and there and thinking in your native language, translating and speaking, think directly in English. Describe your day or narrate your actions mentally, however, you're doing them. Like, I'm walking to the store. This reduces the delay caused by translation. Check out this video where I've shared 3 best ways to train your brain to think in English. Coming to point number 5 is use short, clear sentences. Avoid complex sentences while speaking. Break ideas into smaller parts. Short sentences are easier to understand. Don't you agree? Instead of saying, due to the fact that it was raining, we had to postpone the event that was scheduled for the afternoon. Instead of this, just say it in simple sentences. It was raining, we postponed the event. Short sentences lower the risk of grammatical mistakes or losing track of your point, over complicating simple ideas. They always keep the listener's attention. The listener doesn't wonder what is this person going to say. Say it in shorter, simpler sentences. In everyday conversation or public speaking, short sentences are direct, engaging, easier to follow. When you speak in short, simple sentences, you feel more in control of your words. You're less likely to freeze or get lost in between. It's easier to think ahead while speaking. It makes you sound clear and professional. Clear speech is often seen as being confident, being respectful of other people's time, and being well prepared. Point number 6 is improvise with connectors. Connectors, they're also called as linking words, transition words, or connectors. These are words or phrases that join ideas, sentences, or parts of a sentence together. They help you speaking and writing flow smoothly and logically. Here are a few connectors. a few examples of them, like however, moreover, although, therefore, etc. Use words like and, but, because, or so to link ideas. For example, I wanted to join, but I was busy, so I stayed at home. Practice these to make sentences flow naturally. Point number 7 is practice common scenarios. Build your muscle memory by practicing common scenarios. Muscle memory is when your body learns to perform a movement automatically through repetition without you needing to think about each step. Muscle memory is the ability to do something physically, like speaking, writing, typing, riding a bike, without consciously thinking about it. Because you have practiced it so much, practice your English speaking so much. The memory is stored in your brain, not your actual muscles, but because the brain and muscles work together so smoothly after practice, it feels like your muscles remember what to do. That's why we call it muscle memory. Some examples of muscle memory I would like to give, which will make you better understand what I'm telling you, like tying your shoelaces, riding a bicycle, just swiping and unlocking your phone. You don't have to tell or think before doing it, right? That's what I'm talking about. Muscle memory helps in pronunciation, mouth and tongue movements. If you're not familiar with these movements, how will you speak spontaneously? It also helps you while writing as well. Speaking fluently, that is, producing phrases automatically because you've used them so much. Once a skill is stored in muscle memory, it can stay for years together, even if you don't use it that often. That's why you never forget how to ride a bike. Rehearse responses for frequent situations like introducing yourself, ordering food, or giving opinions. For example, practice I am your name, I work as this. This builds muscle memory for quick responses. Next time someone asks you your introduction, it will just flow automatically. That's the reason, even after having 10 years of career gap, I did not forget how to speak in English because I had been doing it since my childhood. That's why my brain remembers, my mouth and brain work in coordination, and I was still able to speak good English in spite of not having any practice of speaking in English for like around 10 years. Next point is pause and breathe. If stuck, pause briefly, take a breath, and simplify your thought. It's better to say something clearly than to freeze up trying to be perfect. Don't aim for perfection, just aim at expressing your ideas clearly. That's the whole point. Don't break your head over this. Next point is mimic native speakers. Listen to podcasts, shows, conversations. Repeat the phrases that you hear. Repeat their rhythm, style, tone. For example, someone says, "That's a great idea." Try saying it along with me. "That's a great idea." Repeat any sentence that you feel you want to use in your speech at least 5 to 10 times daily till you get the habit of using it. It has to come automatically to you next time. Now, coming to the last point, very basic, something that everyone knows but don't do. That is, practice speaking daily. Use apps, Hello Talk, CV. Try to practice speaking with others or record yourself answering questions or describing things to improve speed and catch your own mistakes. Once you watch your recording, you will be able to analyze what your mistakes are, where you have to improve. Are you speaking fast or too slow? How is your pronunciation? Etc. Now, let's come to a quick exercise that I told you at the beginning of the video. What is that exercise? Pick a topic. Example, your favorite food. Describe it in 3 to 5 simple sentences without pausing for more than 2 seconds. Okay, like I love pizza, it's cheesy and delicious. I eat it every week. My favorite flavor of pizza is margherita, or whatever. Let's see another topic. My favorite pet animal. Now pause this video here and speak about this topic for 2 seconds, non-stop. Come on, start it. Later play and watch from here. Now let me say something about this. My favorite pet animal is puppy. I have had two puppies so far as a pet. I love how puppies and dogs show their love and loyalty to us. I would love to have a pet puppy again, But when they pass away, it causes me a lot of grief. For this reason, I'm not going for it. Like this, repeat with different topics to build speed. With consistent practice, your brain will get faster at forming sentences. You're training your brain to form sentences quicker. Okay? Remember to focus on clarity, not perfection. And you'll definitely become confident. So that's it for today's video. Hope it was beneficial to you. I'll see you soon with another one. Till then, take care and bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you did, and share it with your friends who struggle at making sentences. Bye for now.